Yo, what up, YouTube? Yo, what is going on, everybody? So today, I have a different kind of topic, something that is definitely more on the esoteric side, more on the not really popular to, modern day culture. It kind of goes against everything we've been hearing since childhood. At first, I was definitely skeptical, and my mind was trying to convince me not to try it because I will burn my eyes out. But, however, I've been doing it for the past week. I'll bring it up in just a second. I'm going to write it on the board, and I'm going to discuss it a little bit, just to give you guys kind of some information and, more information as to, how do I feel at this point, only after a week, and, how we can utilize this information to be the best version of ourselves at all times. As you can see on my YouTube channel, my videos are about your inner development. I think our inner work is extremely important. It's my number one focus in my life, and I believe that when we can begin to clear out all of the inner work, all of the inner energetic blocks within us, when we begin to work with those, we can really make a huge impact in the world. And I believe that's what the world needs right now. The world doesn't need some new invention or something. I think the world's perfect the way it is. I think it needs people to have their inner work cleared out. That way they can not only benefit themselves, but benefit others at the same time. So the practice that I've been practicing for the past week has been called Sungazing. It is a very old, ancient technique. Like I said, on the very esoteric side. I did a lot of research on it as far as videos as to how people felt, and kind of where it came from. I learned it came from ancient Egypt. They were practicing it back then. They were gazing at the sun in the morning and at night when the UV rays were zero. We have to also remember that, I wouldn't recommend gazing at the sun at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock when the sun is, at a high. I wouldn't recommend that, and by the way, I am not telling anybody to do this. Do it on your own accord, take your own responsibility, listen to your own intuition, your own judgment. I'm just getting the information as to how I feel and just kind of sharing what I believe is something that is benefiting me for sure, no doubt. So back to sun gazing. So what is it? So sun gazing is literally exactly what you imagine it to be. You gaze at the sun either in the morning or at night when the UV rays are zero. I would recommend the UV rays being zero when you're beginning. I've seen a lot of people say, and I believe it, over time when your eyes get adjusted and your muscles become stronger and you become more attuned to all the energy coming in at one time, when you're able to adapt to it, which, that's what we're creatures, we adapt. That's how we live. We adapt. We adapt to a situation. So if we can adapt to this idea of sun gazing, we can over time begin to just look at the sun, even when it's high, not for as long, obviously, but we can kind of peek out of that UV ray of zero once we get used to it over a period of time. That period of time totally depends on you. You kind of gotta listen to your heart, your intuition. It'll tell you, what you need. So for beginners, even like myself, like I said, I've been doing this for a week. I'll get into how I feel in a minute, but first I want to kind of discuss what I've been doing. So I start with UV rays when they're zero. So I've been waking up this is Eastern time in Florida. I also live in Central Florida, so I have to hunt for the sun a little bit. If I have to, I'll drive around town, or I've been finding certain places in my yard at certain times that the sun will be right over the trees, and it's perfect. So UV rays, I wait until they're zero and wait for the sun to be out. Let's see, when the UV rays are zero, what was I talking about? I kind of got in and out of that flow for a second. It's so funny with my videos, I'll get into the flow, and I'm not thinking about I don't know what I'm talking about, and then I get out of it for a second because I thought about something, but back into the flow. So the UV rays are 0. That's when I go out and gaze at the sun. Man, back into the flow. What am I thinking about? UV is 0. Oh, sorry. Okay, great. So what we do, we check. I was going to say we need to get a weather app on your iPhone or whatever you have, just to check the UV rays. And also you can check when it rises, and when it sets. So I would recommend a weather app. So you check your UV rays. Then what we do is we take our shoes off. And we plant our feet into Mother Earth. I would recommend dirt. That's what I've been doing. I've been digging myself a little hole for my feet, sticking them in there, gazing at the sun. I started earlier this week at 10 seconds. My heart has been calling me to do more. So at this point today, I did a minute. So I started at 10. They recommend you should start at 10 and then increase by 10 seconds each day. You can do it, either in the morning or at night, or if you really want, you can do it both in the morning and night. I've been doing both. I've been doing morning and night, or morning just kind of depends on, how I'm feeling and if the sun's out or not. I take any opportunity I get because I feel so good. So it's incredible what it does. But so 10 seconds, we start with 10 seconds, and then the next day we would, go 20, then 30, then 40, then etc. Etc. They say to stop sun gazing at 45 minutes. That I'm not too sure about. It's kind of your own thing. I'm kind of going to see how I feel and kind of see where the journey takes me as far as how long I go. I might stop at 30 minutes and just do that a day. I might, go to 45. I might go to an hour. I don't know. I'm not there yet. But I know where I am right now with the feelings that I feel. It is a lot of energy to take in at one time, and it feels great. So UV rays are 0. Take off your shoes. Plant your feet in Mother Earth. Start at 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. You have your weather app, and you start UV rays are 0. So yeah, that's about it, honestly. It's a very simple practice, and guess what? It's free. It's free energy. So I'm gonna go now onto things that I have felt within this past week. Number 1, for sure, more energy, no doubt. Right when I look at the sun, when I'm gazing at the sun, it's so cool because I kind of get past that yellow light, and then I start to see the sun itself, this like circular hole, this circular beautiful hole. And what I do when I'm gazing at the sun is, because it's providing me with all this life energy, all this vitamin D, just straight into my eyes, just this is beautiful, just feels so good. I thank the sun as I'm doing this. So in my mind, I'm saying, thank you, sun, thank you, sun, thank you for the energy, I love you, thank you, sun. And I'm praying to the sun is what I'm doing. So in a sense, the sun is my God. It is my energy. However, that energy is within me. So what's happening is I am looking at myself, essentially, I believe, reminding myself of the power I possess within myself. So, number 1, definitely more energy. Number 2, especially when I've got 30 seconds, especially into a minute, I feel very euphoric feeling afterwards that'll last for, I can't tell you how long, an hour or 2 hours, I mean literally. Then after that euphoric high feeling of like, really feels like 10 bongs, then the energy starts to kick in, and then it kind of goes from there. It kind of carries you throughout your day. I'm still hungry. Some people say you lose your appetite. I totally believe that, because over time you got to think, when you eat food, when you're eating sun, plant-based foods, any food, it all comes from the sun. I mean, the sun gives everything life. I mean, you can't have life without the sun. So when you're directly taking that energy in, you're getting everything you need. That's, I believe, from how I feel, I certainly believe that. Number 3, my stomach. I'll feel my stomach start to pulse, especially like right when I start. I'll just start to feel like it's so engulfed, and the feeling of it that I literally time goes like that. Time is just. It almost is like time doesn't exist when I'm doing it, and I can't. I'm not thinking. I'm just praying to the sun. It's beautiful. So, energy in the stomach. Also, I feel a ton of pressure in my third eye, or my pineal gland, whatever we want to call it. The new age esoteric everyone talks about, that I used to be really thought about it, but now I'm kind of letting it go. But I can tell you, I can attest, I feel a lot of, especially after like 2 minutes after the sun gazing practice, I'll start to feel a pulsing between my eyes, and I can really feel it. I feel it now. I mean, ever since I've started the practice, I've really been feeling a lot of pressure within that area. I felt the pressure before, but now it's really kicking back in. So pressure in the third eye. And honestly, and this is just my benefits after a week. So this is how I feel after a week. I'm not even a month in. It's just a week. I'm probably gonna. I'll do weekly updates, because this is incredible, and everyone deserves to know this. Number 5, I honestly just feel really good. My thoughts are calm. They're not as hectic as they were. It just feels easier for me to get into the moment. And I just feel really good. I really do. Within myself, I feel like it's just kind of burning out all that energy that I don't really need anymore. And I'm, I guess combined with the meditation and NoFap and the sun gazing, all of it together, along with exercise and clean eating, just feel great. You feel so good. You just have to tell everybody on the internet because you just feel very, very good within yourself. So I take the love that I harnessed in myself and I share it, because people deserve to know this information. Regardless, people deserve to know what can help empower them and help allow them to be the best human beings they could possibly be. One more thing, this is a quick thought. I believe we're all energy. We're all made of energy, so when we directly take it in from the powerhouse, the thing that's been here since day one, of course you're gonna feel fantastic. I mean, so of course I could see why everyone's like, go to burn your eyes out, wear sunscreen. Don't wear sunscreen. That's how you take the energy in through your skin. Yeah, you might get burnt, but use your intuition. Don't sit out there all day. Just like sun gazing. Don't gaze at it all day at mid-noon. No. Use your intuition. Listen to yourself. It'll tell you, that's why, my heart has literally brought me into this. I was afraid at first, but I had to put my mind away for a minute, and I allowed my heart to take me, and it's greatly benefiting already. So I'm going to continue doing it for sure. Like I said before, that quick thought, number 6, we're all energy. So like I said before, when we take it in, we feel fantastic. We just need to know how to do it. So those are the benefits after a week. And I can show the board, but also just one more quick thing just to go really quick. So the UV rays have to be 0. Take your shoes off, plant them in the dirt. Mother Earth. You start at 10 seconds, then go 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then keep going. Increase it by 10 each day. If you feel like you can then go more, then just go more. Listen to your heart. Don't always use your heart. Throw these things by your heart, and it'll allow you. And I saw a video yesterday, and it made a lot of sense. I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna suggest everyone else. Let's not use the sun for what it provides. It's gonna provide you with amazing benefits. So, in order, I believe, not to use the sun, let's respect the sun. So I believe it is an important part of the practice to pray to the sun and say thank you for the energy you provide me. So this is my board. Really quickly, I know that this is kind of, something most of us don't hear throughout our day. I brought it up to a couple people, and everyone I brought it up to, most people haven't even heard of it. and they're always surprised when they hear about the UV rays being 0. So, maybe